Howdy folks, I'm totally tangential tungsten, terribly tutoring troublesome turnips,
I'm Amber.
and here are more troublesome turnips for us to tutor terribly. You just can't tutor turnips. They're terrible to tutor, and this is the daily struggle that I have as tungsten. Alright folks, and our first letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Not Paying for My Brother and His Family's Vacation? And hang out for this one. It's a little long, but it has 2 updates inside of it, and I think they're worth it. I'm a 28-year-old female, and I have an older brother, Adam, a 30-year-old male, and Stephanie, my sister-in-law, is a 28-year-old female. Every year, my family and I take a big trip, and the time of year depends on everyone's schedule. This year, we collectively agreed for the second week in December. Those going on the trip, including my husband, Justin, a 33-year-old male, and I, our twin 2-year-olds, my parents, my brother, my sister-in-law, and their 3-year-old. My mother always makes all of the travel arrangements and ensures everyone is on the same flights. Kids sit with the parents, hotels are the same, etc. Everyone is on their own for getting to and from the airport at home, but my mom makes car arrangements from the destination airport to the hotel and hotel to the airport when leaving. While my mother makes the arrangements, my husband and I always Zelle/Venmo my mom our portion of the flight and hotels. My brother and sister-in-law do the same. This year, everyone agreed to Disney World in Orlando. My mom, as usual, made all of the reservations and whatnot about 2 months ago. My husband and I paid my mom our portion about a week after the reservations were made. Last night, Adam texted my husband asking if we had paid my parents yet. He said that we had a while back. Adam then asked Justin if we could pay his family's portion of the trip. Not sure if everyone has been to Disney, but it's ridiculously expensive these days. Justin told him that we couldn't swing it with our budget at the time. We both work full-time and make decent money, but we don't have that kind of money that is just to throw away. My brother and sister-in-law both also work full-time, and my nephew is not in daycare. My brother's mother-in-law watches him for free, while we pay for 2 kids in daycare. Adam responded with, well, okay then, and then quit texting him. Cue to this morning, where I woke up to several texts from Adam calling Justin a jerk for not being a good brother and paying for the family. I told Adam that I agree with Justin and that we just can't swing the money from our budget. I apologized and I told Adam that he was out of line for calling Justin a jerk and we wouldn't go for it. Adam again asked me to pay and said that it could be our Christmas present to him, my sister-in-law, and my nephew. If I had the spare money to do that, then I would. But I don't have that ability to do that, so I just can't. I told him that I couldn't, and I told him to reach out to our parents about a payment plan or something. Adam called Justin and I jerks and said that we ruined their vacation. I'm kind of surprised by my brother's behavior, but are Justin and I the jerks here? Quick update 1. Will be one a little bit later. I'm still at work, but I took the advice of a few on here and reached out to both my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law separately and let them know what Adam did. My mom and Stephanie both confirmed that their portions of the trip had been paid and that it had been paid for months. Stephanie had no idea Adam had reached out to Justin and doesn't know why he would. She said that she would rein him in and apologize to me for his request. For those asking why we planned this trip when my brother-in-law and sister-in-law couldn't afford it, Disney was their idea. After everyone checked on finances, we all agreed, and my mom started making the arrangements within the provided budgets at that point in time. Sorry that wasn't clear in my initial post. I'm dealing with this at work. Quick update 2. I'm sitting in the parking lot at work before I get my kids and head home, but I have some more information. I need to preface this by saying that I dearly love my brother, but oh goodness, I have no idea how this is my life right now. My sister-in-law talked to my brother. I didn't know until today that they have separate checking accounts and joint savings. Their own account is their fund money to use as they please, and their joint account is used for shared household expenses. My husband and I do this as well. It cuts down on the majority of the money arguments. 11 out of 10 I would recommend. Anyways, Adam apparently ordered my sister-in-law a pair of diamond studs as a Christmas present, and which charged 3 times for the same item from Tiffany's. Rather than dealing with the bank and Tiffany's, he panicked and thought that he could get the money from Justin and I just to make up for it. I feel bad for him, but literally laughing at the moment. More to come. Third and final update. My brother and sister-in-law bought my husband and I dinner to talk about what happened over the last day. My brother did in fact show up with bank statements confirming the triple charge from Tiffany's. However, when he explained what happened, it wasn't a mistake from Tiffany's, but rather a user error on his end. Adam is pretty impatient, and the page didn't automatically refresh from the screen where the payment info was put in to the confirmation page where the order is confirmed. He then hit submit button, and in his words, a few times. So in fact, the order happened with 3 pairs of earrings. He apologized to both Justin and I, as well as sister-in-law. He also is meeting with our parents tomorrow to apologize to him in person. While I was initially mad with him, Justin and I both forgave. Don't think for 1 second, though, Reddit, that this will not be brought up every single time he makes fun of me for the time I tried getting out of his truck with my seatbelt on. Lol. My brother has since called Tiffany's to cancel the 2 erroneous purchased pairs of earrings. I'm sad for my sister-in-law that it's no longer a surprise, and told my brother that if he manages to do this again, just to ask for help rather than make up some nonsense. He said that he went to Justin first because he thought that this would be less likely to make fun of him than I, which is totally right. He couldn't bring himself to own up to his mistake out of embarrassment, which I get, but I told him just to be honest and not hostile. That all said, I have a little longer in the day to cuddle with my babies, so I'll be doing that. Enjoy your weekend, Reddit. I know I will. Alright, folks, what do you think?
I mean, I'm glad this has a nice resolution. OP, you're not the jerk for not wanting to foot the bill when you can't even afford it. I would recommend your brother potentially getting some therapy to help him work on his anxiety and panic issues. Like, I understand not wanting to interact with customer service and whatnot, but that is a very, very costly error.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that your brother has something to work on here, and I think that this is one of the situations where this wasn't his fault. They have an error on their webpage, right? It shouldn't have been able to charge him 3 separate times for this. And so I can certainly see that this is an error on Tiffany's part, and they should have realized that no one would order 3 pairs of earrings at the same time, right?
Well, someone might if they have like 3 daughters or something.
Well, then they would group them all
in
together.
the same order, yeah.
So I think that this is, again, one of those things where the Tiffany's needs to do a better job with their webpage, but also, like, just own up to this and, call the people that you need to call to get this sorted out. It's not that big of a deal. Why would you go ahead and start haranguing people and being like, I need you to cover the cost of this trip for me?
Yeah, like, he'd rather spend thousands of dollars of people's money than deal with the mistake, which is an issue. But it also may raise some issues in his relationship dynamic with OP. Like, maybe OP should actually cut back on the teasing, potentially, if that's a really sore spot. Although it sounds like he initiates, so that makes it difficult.
Yeah, I mean, some families are just like that, where they rib on each other to some degree. And as long as it isn't to the point where it's, like, demeaning, I don't think that's terrible. But it might be a little much, given, like how resilient or not reluctant he was to go to his sister for help.
Right. If he's afraid to say what he did, like, although that could just be, again, a manifestation of anxiety.
Yeah. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. Alright folks, our next letter is an update. Am I a jerk for not wanting to buy a house with my wife? We read this one yesterday and it has a little bit of an update. So let's get into that. Update. Good evening all. Dinner went as expected. I'm going to be answering some more questions. Her aunt wants $75,000 down because she's going to use that money to move into a retirement community. She said that the house appraised for $400,000, but is going to sell it to us for $350,000 and wants us to pay it off in 10 years. The monthly payments will be about $2,300 a month. My wife and her aunt came to these figures based largely on how long her aunt expects to be active and wants to use that money to travel and enjoy life. At dinner, my wife and her family were telling me that this was a great idea. I have zero experience with buying a house, but I read your replies, so I didn't really argue with them. I calmly told them that I want an independent appraisal so that we can have the full financial information. They said that the realtor already told them how much it's worth and that they have a tax appraisal. As some of you advised, I stuck to my guns and said that I wanted a professional and independent appraiser. I also told them that I'm going to call my older brother and have him fly out here to help me out because he has experience while I have none. They agreed to this and things went smoothly after that. We're sleeping in the same bed again, and she's happy that I'm seriously considering the house. Tomorrow, I'm going to find an appraiser, and we'll see what happens. It might take a couple of weeks, and I think Reddit will archive my posts, but I'll try to give it an update if anything happens. If you want to DM me, feel free in a couple of weeks, and I'll answer you. Thanks again for reading and responding. So it sounds like OP is seriously considering buying the house, which is kind of a mixed bag. I think that it would have been better update had he said, my wife and I are sitting down with a financial advisor.
Yeah, like I think they have some serious financial issues they need to work through before buying a house, but it's their money.
Yeah. Well, and for his budget, he's earning $150,000. They'll get a tax break on buying a house. They'll also have the ability to, get a tax break on the taxes of the house itself. So I think that, again, $2,300 when what were they paying $1,400 in rent?
I think
$1,300 in rent. So it's basically an extra $1,000 a month, which is not terrible for someone in OP's position, right? As long as his job isn't at risk or anything like that. And even his wife, if she really had to, like that's a low enough cost for both of them that it shouldn't be too much of a problem for them to cover that, as long as her spending habits aren't terrible, right? So I don't know. I really think though that they need some counseling and need a financial advisor and a lawyer for goodness sakes. But that's the update. Let me know what you folks think of that. So anyhow, take care and good luck, OP. Alright folks, and our last letter for the evening is titled, Will I Be a Jerk? I'm a 39-year-old male, and I was recently contacted, and I'm being inducted into my school's Hall of Fame. My wife, a 39-year-old female, said that it's lame, and she doesn't want to attend the ceremony. I was contacted recently, and I have been elected into my school's Hall of Fame, which was kind of a surprise. I told my wife, and she started making fun of me, basically saying it's lame, and she isn't going to go. I said, well, I'm going to take our kids, and she balked and said that it's silly because the ceremony is going to be the week of our typical family vacation next summer. She has been basically making fun of me about it since I told her. I said that I'm taking the kids anyways. Will I be the jerk for rescheduling and missing the family vacation to attend being inducted into my school's Hall of Fame? All right, folks, what do you think?
No, I don't think you're the jerk. I mean, I understand that this is typically when the family goes on vacation, but hopefully you can shift it by a week, and it's, a big deal. Like, I don't know what you're being abducted.
Abducted?
I don't know what you're being inducted for, but, it's still some sort of achievement, and it's worth celebrating.
Well, okay. In relationships, you have to understand what's important to your partner, right? And something that might not be important to you, if it's important to your partner, it should be important to you to some degree, right? And that's not to say that OP's wife is going to have the same level of enthusiasm, but she should at least support him.
But the thing that really bothers me here is the way she's teasing OP, making fun of him constantly. Like, that's not what a supportive partner does.
Yeah.
Like, even if she does think it's absolutely ridiculous, like, oh, haha, this is some small town school, why should anyone care? Like you were saying, because it's important to OP, and to just tear him down, I just really feel like that's such a cruel thing to do.
Well, and the fact that she's calling it lame and making fun of it, and it's still an achievement, right? Maybe it's not the greatest achievement in the world, right? But it's still an achievement. It's still something that OP can be proud of. And I mean, what's life without achievements, right? And I think that she is either jealous or she is just a stick in the mud. And either way, it's not a good situation. But my thoughts are, congratulations, OP. It's a huge achievement, and I wish you the best of luck. but let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. And Mishiru809 says, not the jerk, congratulations and good job. It's very sad that your wife isn't more supportive of what you accomplished. If you/your kids aren't going on that family vacation, is it still a family vacation? Or just your wife going somewhere where she can be snarky by herself? Edit. It's fine that she doesn't want the attention. It's about being supportive of you and your accomplishments. She can smile and nod in the corner while you are celebrated. Alright folks, it is tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I've got a beverage of choice right here. And Amber, she's got a joke.
What do you call a very clean ghost?
I can tell you what you call a very clean ghost because I know a few clean ghosts.
Aunt Bedelia?
Yeah, well, Aunt Bedelia in particular. You call them by their name while they're spinning around in the washing machine screaming at you about how you threw them in there and that they don't like that very much. That's what you call them by.
Oh, that's a neat sheet is what the book said, but now I'm horrified. I'm gonna have to keep you away from Aunt Bedelia from here on out.
Amber has a garden ghost that she's hung up in our graveyard, our fake graveyard, and she called her Aunt Bedelia, which I think is a very clever name. So
Yeah, it's a play on Aunt Bedelia from Creepshow.
yeah, so it's fun. It's fun, and we did wash her.
Yes, we did, but we just hosed her down in the bathtub.
And I have Earl Grey. Alright folks, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for watching. Happy Tuesday, spelled T-W-O! Amber, we need some kind of moral advice and or guidance, and please, have an ad on the Tiffany's page.
The perfect gift for your loved one this holiday season, diamond stud earrings from Tiffany's. Just be careful not to hit our refresh button a bunch of times or you'll get multiple lovely presents for all your loved ones.
Yes. If you buy one, you're gonna be back.
Because instead of buying one, you're buying two, and that's a fact.
I think that works. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Amber doesn't want to say bye.
Oh, bye. I forgot. I spaced.